Hey everybody, Cassie here. Welcome to my first plan with me. So we are going to do this for the month of December, and I know that I am a little bit behind, a few days past December 1st in getting this posted. Part of that is just because I fell a little bit behind after Thanksgiving, and part of that is because it takes my computer a very long time to upload videos to YouTube. So you're probably seeing this a few days late, but I wanted to show it anyway just to get started and get in the habit of doing it. My hope and my goal for this is that we'll walk through the December planning right now, and then at the end of the month I'll do kind of like a flip through of how the month went, like a review of the month, and then we'll plan the next month along with that, and I'll be a little bit more on the ball next time and get it posted a little bit before, January starts. So I already actually went through and did my cover page for December, and this is kind of an optional thing. I just kind of like to have a little fun with it and play around because it just kind of gets me excited to get started on the planning phase. So I created my cover page and I just did some candy cane lettering here, some blue capitalized lettering for December, made a little snow globe, and did some Christmas lights. So nothing too fancy, but it was a little bit fun to play with. And then, so how I typically do my planning for the month is I'll go through and lay everything out in pencil and get some ideas, and that way I can erase it if I think of something better, or if while I'm scrolling Instagram I find an amazing idea and I'm inspired, then I can just go ahead and jot it down. So I actually will start this pencil process a couple of weeks ago and just work on it throughout the weeks, so that way I can sit down all at once and lay out my month for, my whole month all at one time. So what I have going on here is my first page is going to be my monthly layout, and what I'll do is just do a simple square for a monthly calendar. And as you can, like I said, I have it penciled out already. If you want the dimensions of all the squares, it's basically, I just pick out where I want each end to be, and then I just divide by 7 so I can, get them even, and then divide by 5 so I can get them even that way. And then what I'll typically do is go in and pencil in anything that I've got going on that I know will be happening. So I have, like I always have things going on this first and third Tuesday, so I'll write those in. And then, yeah, Christmas, I might actually just draw a fun little tree for Christmas. You see I use a lot of like just triangle trees because I'm not an artist. So that's the monthly layout, and then I'll move over to this one, and this is going to be my grateful layout, or my gratitude layout. I did one of these back in October, and then I skipped it for the month of November just because we were traveling a lot and I missed it a lot. It's actually a very good practice to get into. And I know if you can see my trees on here, they're small, but it gives me enough space to just write like a one-word thing that I'm grateful for every day. So that's why I like to have it on the monthly page, because I'll open this up every morning and I'll just start right here, and that way I can kind of get an overview of what's going on, for whatever day it is, and then I can write in my tree what I'm grateful for that day. So I kept it, again, pretty simple. Okay, so another thing that I like to do is I like to actually take part in doodle challenges. Here, I'll show you an example really quick, just so doodle challenges kind of like this. They're very fun to do, and they kind of just get my creativity bone flexing, whatever you want to call it, creativity muscle going. So they're kind of fun to do. So this is my Doodles layout, so that I can just kind of check in on this one every day and do a daily doodle. I find my doodle challenges on Instagram usually, or Pinterest, one of the two, and I just make squares. I make a square for each day, so it's basically another spin on a monthly layout, and I just have a square open and ready to go, and I save a screenshot on my phone of what the challenge is for the day so that I can keep track. And sometimes I'll write down in each square what I'm supposed to be doodling. Sometimes I won't. It just depends on my mood and what we're working on. So there's not really much to this layout. I have a square for each day, and then I'm actually going to leave a page blank here because this is my doodle area. So I'm going to do, my doodle every day of the month of December, and then I want to have this area free and clear for if I have another idea for a doodle or something else I see while I'm checking on everybody else's doodles that I'm like, oh, I want to practice that. It gives me a little bit of space to do that with. So, this is like super simple and there's not much to it at all. So it's not really, anything fancy, but that's what I do next. So then I move on to my weekly layouts. And for December, for one, since I'm starting super late and I don't have a lot of time to get this done, and number two, there's going to be a lot going on in December where I'm not going to be sitting down at my planner tracking all of my habits and all of that fun stuff that much. So I wanted to keep the layouts really simple. So I'll show you what I mean by that as I get going here. My plan for December. I'll just do a quick flip through from the beginning again. So I started with my cover page here, and then I moved on to the monthly layout, and then my gratitude spread. So what I'll do is go in every single day and write something I'm grateful for in each tree. And then I moved on to my doodling page. So I have a box here left open for each doodle that I'll do for the month of December. And again, I'm going to follow, I find these challenges on Instagram, so I'm going to follow a challenge on Instagram and do the prompt every single day. And then I left some space here so that I can continue my doodling if I feel inspired to. And then I moved on to my weekly layouts. So I have, starting on December 4th, I have my first week here. And then I may actually go through and kind of pretty it up with some washi tape or something along those lines. I like to kind of leave a little space open so that if I have something that I forgot to put in, I have room to do that for. And then for the month of December, I kept it as simple as I possibly could. I have a to-do list for, you know, anything that I forget to put down here or that I just need to remember for in general that's not date specific. And then I have a shopping list because, yeah, it's December and there's, you know, parties, food, cookies, presents, everything that needs to be bought in December. So I have a space for shopping list for the things that I need to remember to go pick up. So, and then I just kept it the same for all of my weeks on these. And then I decided to just do boxes for those two when I got to my third week here, just to kind of, and then I actually left the last week open. You know, I didn't do a layout for the last week just because I like to switch it up and kind of find and try new things. So if I find a really cool Christmas layout that I want to try, or I get inspired by something, then I'll go in and create that later. I kind of, you know, I like to have some things planned and ready to go, and then I like to have some things left open so that I have room to be creative as I feel inspired to. And then I also wanted to flip back through and show you guys something that I did a while ago. Okay, so you guys might want to put something like this in your December spread. I actually made this quite a long time ago, so it's kind of in the middle of my bullet journal and not actually in my month of December. But what this is this is where I'm tracking all of my Christmas presents that I'm getting for people. So I have the trees, one for each kid, and then I've got, you know, this was my wish list and this is my husband's. And then I started filling in like boxes, and these are all supposed to be presents. I started filling in the boxes of things that I'm going to be getting for other people, so that we can keep track and remember what I'm getting, and then also something that I can look back on next year and say, oh, that's what we got for last year. Now maybe we should do something different this year. So that is my December plan with me video. Thank you so much for tuning in. Again, I hope to, at the end of the month, I will come back and give you guys an update on how things went, and I'll show you my completed spreads. And then we will plan January together and kind of make this a monthly little ritual get-together kind of thing. So I appreciate you following along with me, and I will catch you on the next one. Have a great day.